Hey guys, welcome back to the Android Show. I'm your host, Android Screw, today we're going to be doing a bit of a weird video. And this is the Thomas and Friends Iceberg. Now I'm using a different image for this one because, I'm going to start with the top of the iceberg. So, Thomas and the Magic Railroad Director's Cut. So that one, everyone knows about it. Let's just be honest here. So those like director's cut and a bunch of other things here are shown, but it was a very heavily edited from original. There was supposed to be like a bunch of other characters and stuff, but there'll be more of that later on. The missing coach episode. So this one is a lost season 2 episode that was planned to be made, but Britt Allcroft scrapped it because she thought that it would be way too confusing for the children because Daryl and Douglas swapped tenders in that story. Life-sized lady model. So let me just get their image. Alright, so this is the life-sized lady model, and then this is what it looks like now. Apparently people bought it and are trying to restore it. Just restore the magic thing. But yeah, this is what she looks like now, so sad. Gordon Goes Foreign adaptation. So this is based on this image. Gordon Goes Foreign was supposed to be like from season 2, but then it was scrapped for season 3, but they didn't have the budget for the big city engine. Now according to here, it was supposed to be Henry, but with a new face and reflectors. And it was supposed to take place, this scene was supposed to take place at Titmuth, I guess. So, yeah, Gordon Goes Foreign was a pretty interesting story, but yeah, Big City was supposed to be Henry, so yeah. Official CGI renders of the forgotten characters, so I don't really know this one. I don't know what it's about, so sorry if I don't know, but comment down below if. So we'll just go to the next one. Fergus's model. So in Bill, Ben, and Fergus got in a crash of rocks. But this was a problem because it broke him. The flywheel couldn't turn and he couldn't produce steam anymore. Apparently Fergus was shown in like a random like little model showcase last year. So yeah, but yeah, Fergus's model is now damaged. Either it's been fixed, but yeah, that's why they didn't use Fergus after season 7. Thomas and the Magic Railroad is not canon. There's only a couple things that I believe it is canon, I guess. There's many things that prove it's not canon, but other things that prove it is canon. Yeah, I believe it's not canon. Yeah, I don't think it's canon. So, Sir Handel's large-scale model. So, when they made all the narrow gauge engines large-scale models for season 9, Sir Handel was made for Proteus. They needed Proteus, but didn't have that much money, so they made Sir Handel's model, gave him a new face and a lamp, and then put on Peter Sam's chassis. But then they made it into Sir Handel, and then he appeared in season 10. Flying Scotsman and Tender Engines. Now, if you watch Tender Engines, Flying Scotsman and Tenders. So, here's the thing. In the actual episode Tenders for Henry in the Railway series, Scotsman did appear. Now, he was supposed to have a bigger role in Tender Engines, but they didn't have the budget. So, they only made his Tenders. Very stupid, and because of that, Tender Engines is pretty more forgettable. I think it would be a lot more memorable if the Flying Scotsman actually did appear, but he didn't. Drayton Manor. You know that place, Thomas Land? Yeah. There's like this Discover Thomas exhibition, and they ruin all the models. All of them get destroyed most of the time. Like, Toby got stolen. Thomas has been restored, thank God. Stepney, we don't know what happened to Stepney. And I think Edward's gone for restoring. Harvey got gave back to Hit Entertainment. Yeah. The Marklin engine. So in season 1, they didn't have that much engines, right? So they decided to use the Marklin and they decided to use a engine to just like pull goods trains and push goods trains, like to show that there's action. Eventually, during season 3, this Marklin engine got scrapped. But he wasn't Tugs, this Puffer. So we have Barry the Rescue Engine. Oh wow! So Christopher Audrey was supposed to make a Barry the Rescue Engine as a Railway Series book. Now the thing was, the kids didn't want that because they wanted more Thomas. So do you know what we got? More about Thomas the Tank Engine, with very forgettable stories. But whatever the case, we'll never see Barry again. Rest in peace, Barry. You will be missed. Sad story of Henry Pilot. So, I think they're talking about the 1953 one, so I'm going to talk about that one. So, in 1953, they were supposed to make a Thomas the Tank Engine. I'll show you some images. So the only image we have of Henry is this, and Henry looks pretty scary, I have to say. But we also have like pilots of like James and Percy, Edward Thomas, but whatever the case, the engine fell off the rails because of points. Like somewhere during the story, the engine fell off the rails, and because it was filmed live, they all saw a hand pick up Henry. So then it turned into a big fail, and the other Thomas episode that was supposed to show up like the next day got canceled. So yeah, Sad Story of Henry was a big fail, and I'm glad it didn't happen, but I'd love to see it someday. Tugs. So I was just talking about Tugs with Puffer with the Marklin engine, but Tugs is pretty much Thomas and Friends' sister show. So, you know why like season 2 and season 3 had like a 5-year gap? That's because David Mitten was working on Tugs. There's odd character names like 10 Cents, Sunshine, Hercules, Top Hat, Big Mac. And, it's a pretty okay show. There's also Warrior and others. But, yeah. And also, we're moving on to the next row. The show takes place during the 50s. I guess people think the show takes place in the 50s. I'm sorry, I don't want to talk about this. Down the Mine. Again, I'm going to think they're talking about the Down the Mine pilot. So, in 1983, they used a pilot, which was like the Down the Mine. Their pilot episode was Down the Mine. And the only footage we have of this was actually in the episode Down the Mine when Thomas is like moving, like he looked very weird. What's this? I'm going to show you an image of him and the Gordon model. So this shot here was taken from the pilot. Now you see the Thomas model there. He looks pretty weird. Let's just say that. And then we have the Gordon model, which face... I know this doesn't happen. I know that this isn't true, but this face gives me nightmares. It doesn't give me nightmares, but it's freaky. I'll just say that. It's pretty scary looking. And here's another image. So, yeah, this pilot will most likely never be found. But hey, like the Bob the Builder pilot, maybe it will be found. Just maybe. Just maybe. Okay, I don't even know this. Cursed Peter Sam? What does this mean? I'm sorry, but I do not know what this means. I do not know. Was Peter Sam's funnel cursed? So I don't know. Let's just move on. Big World, Big Adventures is not canon. That is not true. That is not true. I doubt it. Because Thomas is still going all around the world. Nia is still in it, I think it's canon. Unused face masks. there's been a lot of unused face masks in Thomas and Friends. Some of them, I guess they just are like never shown on screen. Like Thumper actually had faces. Can we that? He had a sad face and an angry face as well as his happy face. But whatever, let's just move on. Duncan and Don't Bother Victor. Again, I don't know how to prove this one. I mean, I know others like, say, Duke, Sir Handel, and Peter Salmon. Kevin Steamy, but I'll show you that later. Season 12 production images. So that right there, that's a season. That's a production image for season 12. They need these like little target things to like have the CGI faces shown. Production images look scary, especially when looking at the children. Okay, Greyface, Annie, and Clarabelle. So Annie and Clarabelle were planned to have gray faces. Oh my! I'm so glad that wasn't the case because that is scary to think about. Annie's full name is Annabelle. Excuse me? You're just trying so hard. We get it. Annabelle. We get it. It sounds like Annabelle because you're scared. Oh my god, the doll's gonna eat me. Hi, Unlucky Tug. Okay, sorry. Tugs and Toms are in the same universe. There's some moments that is true about this, like they're both directed by David Mitton. And Big Mickey. Big Mickey is also in there. But yeah. Humans and Tugs. I don't know about this one. I'm sorry, I'm not a Tugs person. I thought this was a Timmy Iceberg. Not a Tuggy. Whatever. Jack and the Pack scrapped episodes. So there was like plenty scrapped Jack and the Pack episodes. Like Alfie Has a Secret, Bossy Byron, Kelly's Hero, and I think the most marketable one, Snow Day, because like Trackmaster stole like a lot of the Jack and the Pack characters in snow form. And Elderly Thomas Face. You know Timothy? Wait, I think he might be. No, he's not there. So, you know Timothy? That face? Apparently, according to another guy who did an iceberg, that it was played as a prank that someone made that horrifying face during Thomas and the Magic Railroad. And it was a prank and it was horrifying. Sorry about that. For some reason, he's knocked on the door. He's in the bathroom. Not doing anything weird though. Jock's Erdl. So this one's pretty stupid. I don't know why it's so low. You know, Jock had an Erdl model. It's known as one of the rarest ones, but now we know it's the brown troublesome trucks. But he had an Erdl. Northwestern 04 loves it. And yeah, that's all I can say about Jock's Erdl. Trackmaster 2 design. There's designed after knockoffs. Really? If Trackmaster 2 was actually based on knockoffs, and that was just stupid. I cannot take that. No. Wow. Okay. Spiteful Break Van was killed by Douglas. Either yes, he was killed. I honestly think he did die. Let's not do that because I want to see. CGI Billy in season 13. Now, in Splish Splash Splosh, they were going to use Billy as but he was replaced by Charlie. So that's pretty sad. But yeah, Billy was supposed to be in there. It's pretty odd. But Hero the Rails models. Now this is completely fake. It's because everyone thinks that those production faces were like actual real faces, and they thought like Hero the Rails was supposed to be like a model special, but that's wrong. It was supposed to be for merchandise. Let's forget this. Trains always drove themselves. Yeah. Those drivers have become stupid. They are retarded now. And now they can't do anything. They just They just do whatever the train says. It's like, hey, driver, switch the points. Okay. CGI Boko and Hank in Big World, Big Adventures. The only thing I can think of is possibly Andrew Brenner tried to get them in Big World, Big Adventures, but Mattel's like, no, more females. You know, Salty in The Adventure Begins? What? How could Salty be in The Adventure Begins? He wasn't even in. Why would he be there? Why would who? I mean, if anyone thought of putting Salty in The Adventure Begins, I'm glad they didn't do it. But how is he in The Adventure Begins? Whatever. Dennis, Splatter, and Dodge in CGI. So Dennis, Splatter, and Dodge were planned to be in Day of the Diesels, but they were scrapped for stupid characters like Paxton, Norman, then Darton, Sydney. I mean, some of them are fun, but like Norman was just stupid. They should have just used Dennis. Excuse me. CGI Trevor and CGI. Now, if you were to see Emily and Dash, that one season 15 episode, you would see in the background that Trevor was there. Just giving children rides and stuff. Vickerstown tramway engines. So there's like a tramway now in like Vickerstown. Now it's CGI. But there's no like engines there. Only in concept art we saw. If you want a better demonstration, then watch the other guy. Whatever his name is. CGI Derek considered. Maybe again Andrew Brenner thought of it and Mattel's like, female. Why is Mattel so on females? I mean, okay, this is what I meant. Duke and Kevin Estemi. So he was supposed to be in Kevin Estemi along with Peter, Sam, and Sir Handel. Of course they were scrapped for Spencer and others, but you know that's what Hit does. Bertram meant to be a tank engine. This one's actually interesting. So, Bertram was always meant to be a tank engine. But you know what they did instead? They just used Duke's model because they were lazy. So, the only way you can kind of see Bertram as a tank engine is in his wooden railway form. That's most likely what it was supposed to look like. The only reason why Bertram's one of my favorites is because I'm a Five Nights at Smudge, whatever. Smudger is not real. So, a theory that I actually like this theory more than the, oh my god, Smudger died, is that Duke made up the story about Smudger to get Stuart and Falcon to behave. Now, I like this theory. I'm going to say that as real. Thomas and the Stinky Cheese CGI. So, to test out like the full CGI, I guess, they reanimated the scenes from Thomas and the Stinky Cheese. So, and yeah, that's what it's supposed to be. George and Thomas and the Magic Railroad. So, Diesel Tank was meant to, like, have George be a part of their evil plan, but you know, he's too scary. So, they had to get rid of George. Cranky was also meant to be in there, too, but of course he wasn't. His soccer mom's like, ah! And the last two. Thomas Wood Frankie. So, there's like an image that shows like a Thomas Wood Frankie, but we don't know if he's gonna ever be released in wood. I'm not a wood collector, okay? Finally, of course, one I don't know about, Freddy in CGI. I don't know anything about this. Freddy in CGI? Who's Freddy in CGI? Well, I guess, this is the only thing I can tell you about, was Freddy, I guess, was rumored to be in CGI, and was voiced by, I don't know, but of course he never was brought back to CGI. Mighty Mac was better. So that was the Timmy / Tugs Iceberg. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Sorry that I didn't get a lot of folks, but thank you so much for watching today's video, and goodbye.